Everyone, it's Ben at Boring Crypto. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you once again to this video and to share some amazing insights behind the scenes at Lumenswap. These questions, or this document, was created by me this morning. I got a lot of questions on the 120-minute AMA. It was like a pound for pound fighters, like going 12 rounds with each other for this 120 minutes. It was insane. There was so much content in there, and I'm looking forward to sharing the YouTube link that will be coming shortly from Shaq Ram. But until that time, this is the questions that couldn't be answered. I didn't have the answers to, so I said, what I'll do is a man of integrity. I'll take these to the Lumenswap founder and CEO, Vladimir, and I'll ask him these, I'll get his response, and I'll deliver those in video and document format for you, the community. So here we go. I'm not going to hang around. We're going to blast through these. The first question was, if we just ignore, by the way, this section here, it's not important because I just didn't delete this out when I was copying and pasting across from the conversation. So ignore that. Question number one was, there were questions about the team last night in the AMA and the transparency of who the team were and how many are working in the team. Very, very quickly, I want you to look at things from a different perspective. You, the community, the people that are watching this video. I always used to say when I was coaching personal development, when we try and look at perspective, try and imagine the analogy I'm going to give you now. Imagine a round table with a teapot on it. Imagine you're the opposite side of the teapot to me. So you're one side of the table and I'm the other. Now the teapot, if it's going left to right, I'm going to look at it and the handle will be on the left, and you're going to look at it and the handle will be on the right. It's the same teapot, it's on the same table, but one person sees one way and one person sees the other. And we would both fight to the death for our belief system to believe that that was actually right. But what we haven't done is we haven't stepped up and moved to the other person's side of the table. Something that you need to do quite often when you're thinking about crypto projects and you're thinking about the dev side. When we're looking at investor side, it's all very well and good. You're looking at the dev side, it's a whole different perspective. So what we need to do is we need to understand when we're asking people to dox themselves, to say who they are, the arena that they're in. They're in an arena that is inherently risk-filled with regulation, with lawsuits, with challenge. They potentially don't want to be associated with any of that, right? While we're still in this kind of wild west that we are at the moment, with everything up in the air and nothing really settled down. So I totally get the fact that they want to remain anon. And I will say to you now, the Lumenswap team want to remain anon. Vladimir is heading it up. He's happy to be point of contact. The rest want to remain anon. We have increased, the only line you need to pay attention to, is this one. So if we increase the number of team members to 7 after the auction, so there's John, there's Vladimir, there's 5 others. That's all you need to know. Yeah, if that stops you from making an investment LSP token, then so be it. Yeah, you will just have not to invest. If you are that concerned that you don't know who they are, then that's something that you need to obviously to go away and to invest in projects where you can see the complete transparency of the team. But I totally understand that it's unrealistic to ask them to all docs. Okay, so with that cleared up, let's move to the question number 2. What is your experience in blockchain? Have you worked in other projects? Vladimir's answered this brilliantly, short and sweet and to the point. Let us show the team skills in future products, not with extra letters. Meaning, you're only going to judge us if we haven't gone to MIT or we haven't gone to the some huge tech university around the world. You're going to judge us that we've gone to a backstreet tech college in London. Immediately, you're not going to look at the work we've done. You're going to look at the letters that we've got after our name, look at the experience, look at the projects we've worked on. We could be absolutely brilliant. We could be a whiz kid. You're not going to pay any attention to that. Vitalik, when he first started, would have nothing behind him at all. Nothing. Very, very young, and no one really knew who he was, and then exploded into the scene, at a very young age. But people would have gone, oh, he's too young, he's got no experience in this. They would have judged him out before he'd actually created anything. Now look, everyone's bowing down to him. So what I'm trying to say there is, judge us on the creation of product and lines of code that we've created and how well things work, don't judge us on letters after our name, or how, industry approved, we are, because at the end of the day, it doesn't mean jack in this world that we are in. Apart from obviously those people who are investors looking at the perspective from the different side. So talk is cheap. Show me the code Linus Torvalds. Yeah, he's come up with that quote and it's brilliant. So just give us a couple of months and see if we deliver what we say we're going to on the tin. Question number 3 is, when we build the lending clients, could another token be introduced, such as a governance token or algorithmic stablecoin? Think UST and Luna Pair on Anchor Lending Protocol. And the reason I asked this question was that, we are moving into an era with Lumenswap in the future where it's going to be community driven. And that's the whole thing. We want it to be decentralized. We want it to be community driven, meaning are we going to be using the LSP token for that? Are we going to be having another governance token that's going to then be, if you hold that one, you're going to be able to stake it and you're going to be able to vote with it on decisions. So I was interested, and also like a stablecoin pair, so like Luna and UST. When one UST is minted, $1 of Luna is burnt. So it balances, like it's an algorithmic kind of elastic model that keeps the dollar on peg. And that has worked really well. People are loving that against the corporate collateralized stable coins. People are really voting that up now and saying this is the future. To have a decentralized stable coin is an absolute must in DeFi. You can't have a centralized coin in decentralized finance, can you? It doesn't really make sense, does it? Not to me. So let's have a look at the answer. Answer is just fantastic, mind-blowing. Comes here, look, and said if we want to build a lending system on Pendulum, which is the blockchain being created by Satoshi Pay for Stellar. So it's like a second layer, I believe, that's all centered around DeFi. And enables smart contracts. So if we want to build one on Pendulum, yes, we will have a stablecoin. I was like jumping through hoops thinking, oh wow, we're going to have another something to get excited about. Is it likely? So I asked another question. Is it likely you will build Lumenswap lending client on Pendulum? Yes, we need a network that supports smart contracts. I was like, then totally buzzing, thinking, give me more coffee, give me more coffee. Or do I need less coffee, in fact? Question number 4, are you actively looking to onboard more team members, such as mods, ambassadors, devs, and marketing? For marketing, we have lots of plans that start next month, because this month we've been busy refining Lumenswap codes. They've been doing all sorts of wonderful things. We're changing the charting, adding some URL functionalities. There's also the great info drop, which is going to be like the rewards page. The rewards is going to be included on the UI so that you can check the rewards that you've got, how much you've been given, your balances, what you need to aim to get to for the next reward level and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. When I say reward level, it means obviously 10,000 LSP tokens for your HODL reward. So of course we're going to join some of the community members to the marketing team. So, if you're out there and you've got some skills, you might be an influencer. I mean, you've got like Lucy, the Lumenswap mascot tattooed on your heart. You're passionate like me. You've got like an X factor about you. And you're from anywhere around the world. You've got this thing, this energy that you think that you can bring to the table. Please comment on this, or please come to our thread, Lumenswap community on Telegram, Lumenswap on Twitter. Tag us, say that you're the person that we should be looking at, and we'll certainly have a conversation with you. It would be great. And so question number 5, sorry if we've crossed pages there. Do you have a grant or relationship with Stellar Development Foundation? Yes, development relationship. So no grant from what he said here. We've had a call with SDF, Nick Gilbert, Justin Rice, Toma Weller a few days ago, talked about the AMM. Justin Rice, VP ecosystem at Stellar. So right up there, high up in the Stellar mechanics or working mechanics. Justin Rice is and decision maker for Stellar. So we've got really good, strong relationship with these guys. And question number 6, how are the Stellar Foundation tokens going to be used? Just when the coffee was wearing off from the last question and the buzz was the buzz was sort of dying out, he answered with, the current situation, we decided to burn most of the Stellar Foundation token. Do you know how many that is? 160 million. 160 million. But in the future, we'll report more about them. So at the moment, they're there. They have made the decision that they're burning most of them. If they burn 10%, just 10% of those tokens, then that is going to take the whole supply down to only 900. Sorry, if they burn 10 and not 16%, I mean, that's going to take the whole supply down to just 900 million, not 1 billion. What's going to happen is if the demand is still there and the supply is not, then it's going to push the price. Very, very exciting times. If not needed, can we revest? I'm not sure even that's a word, but he got my gist. Surplus team and marketing tokens when they're open to access after the first vesting schedule. There was a couple of hard questions with regard to tokenomics. And I said, I'll take them. I'll take them to Vladimir and see what he says. So he's said here, it depends on our budget. You know, obviously if we're needing them for development and for marketing, we're going to use them. But we try not to release tokens as much as possible because we are here to build, not spend. And that again ties in with the, you know, let me show you the code and the product, not the letters after my name, doesn't it? So we can kind of see the guy, the guy who Vladimir is through his words here, through his language. And then question number 8, if Protocol 18 is voted on positively and passes at the end of October, when do you realistically think Lumenswap AMM will be operational? Immediately. We are working on designing, implementing AMM pages, and after it comes to sale, we will do the injection immediately. So when I spoke before about the wheels on the car, having a crap car with Formula 1 wheels, we're going to have the Formula 1 car as well. Everything's going to be ready to go. The button can be pressed as soon as this is all, you know, finished, it's operational on Stellar, then we are ready to get funky. So that brings me to the end of these questions. I hope that that's cleared it up for you, these people that listen to the AMM, and know that I'm a man of integrity. If I say I'm going to ask the questions, believe me, I will ask the questions. I'll get your answers for you in the community. If I don't know, and I'm man enough to say, hey, I don't know that, but I will take it to people who do. And then when they answer, you get the answers that you need. We are completely inclusive community. You know, it doesn't matter whether you're holding 10 LSP tokens or whether you've got 1 million. You know, we value you. We love the fact that you guys are all going crazy. There's a frenzy on Twitter, on our socials, and we want that to continue. And the way we're going to make that continue is by being here to support you, answering questions in the tough times, answering your questions in the good times, and being there. So we're a tight-knit community moving forward, ready for this insane, you know, DeFi to arrive at Lumenswap. Cheers, guys. All the best, and I'll speak to you soon in the next video.